The LCBO strike is forcing some to seek out alternate sources for wine, spirits, and other drinks, and it remains to be seen if it will ultimately help or hurt the industry here in Ontario. Andre Proulx is a wine writer and also the founder and owner of ADX Wine, and joins us live now to talk more about this. Andre, good to talk to you about this morning. So when you look at this LCBO strike, we're in day 6 now. Is this potentially an opportunity or an obstacle for Ontario wineries and breweries, for example?
I think it's definitely an opportunity, and when Doug Ford rolled out his campaign yesterday, the Think Local First campaign, I mean, it is something that hopefully will see a big boost for the local wineries, cideries, and breweries.
How is it an opportunity, though, Andre? Because the way distribution works around this province now, if you want to get a bottle of wine, for example, an Ontario bottle, you either go to the winery, which isn't necessarily around the corner, or you generally go to the LCBO or one of the big grocery chains that has it. Does that model need to change, and could this strike change the model?
Well, I'm hoping that the model changes. I think if you talk to most of the wineries in Ontario, the largest challenge that they face is access to market and distribution. Like, as you said, most people, you need to go to the winery direct, and the lack of convenience of being able to order online. Like, it's fantastic that right now you need to order online to get your products if you want to get them from the LCBO, but you don't need to go to the LCBO to order online. My hope is with the sale of beer and wine coming to convenience stores that we may see that expand into other entities as well. Specialty wine shops would be something that I think would be a huge boost to the wineries of Ontario.
Andre, you well know during COVID, the wineries and breweries in particular really pivoted and became very much a delivery-based, situation because no one really was going out. Are they able to sort of, flick that switch and turn that back in a situation like this to sort of be more proactive and get their product out in a better, faster fashion?
100%. And I mean, my inbox has been blowing up with newsletters from virtually every winery offering all sorts of deals, discounts on shipping to make sure that they're front of mind, because I know during the pandemic when we had the great toilet paper and wine shortage, when we didn't know what was going on, the wineries made that pivot quickly. I know for myself with the ADX Wine Company, it was me and my business partner, Guillaume, doing the deliveries ourselves. But I think that switch was never turned off. I mean, even if demand kind of shifted back, one of the silver linings of the pandemic was that people do look at the wineries of Ontario as a viable place to get the bottles directly. And even if it's not as convenient as going to a shop and picking them up, because not everyone lives close to Niagara, Prince Edward County, or the Lake Erie Shore, you can still order online to have it delivered right to your home.
Andre, I'm curious to get your sense of what you think the government is trying to achieve here by kind of digging in its heels as the LCBO remains on strike here. Do you think we're seeing potentially the end of the LCBO or just a reimagining and restructuring?
I think a reimagining is something that we would like to see. The LCBO does do a good job serving many communities, especially remote communities. They have the distribution channel in place. And not only that, they're a fantastic sales channel if you're a large brand. Like, let's just say you're an international brand like, Yellowtail or Josh Wines from California. The LCBO does a great job serving them. One thing that I would like to see is someone who is interested in more specialty products, whether that's, let's just say you're a Scotch collector or a wine collector like I am, is to allow the existence of specialty stores that aren't necessarily going to have to order hundreds and hundreds of cases. But I mean, the other problem that we do need to discuss a little bit is some of the LCBO's behaviors can be fairly anti-competitive, especially when you're dealing with small entities, mom and pop shops. And I'm hoping that our premier, who does say that he's run on a campaign of Ontario being open for business, will extend an olive branch to the small mom and pop shop wineries, breweries, and cideries to give them an opportunity to compete against a behemoth like the LCBO.
Yeah, it's interesting. Of course, the premier is going to be standing by at about 9 minutes time for a news conference, which is clearly taking place inside a brewery. We'll see his first remarks since the strikes happened. Andre Proulx, wine writer, winery owner, and maker. Andre, really appreciate the time this morning. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate the insight.
Thanks so much for having me.
Okay.